Hey guys, in this video I will be trying to explain why I think airplanes are so important in battles. Uh, so airplanes can be used for lots of different things in battles and conflicts, such as close air support, bombing, building bombing, naval bombing, and to give more examples, infantry support. And let's say for example, an infantry group is in a battle, and the opposing enemies are enemies have armor. Um, this armor could be like tanks, uh, armored cars, motorized equipment, such as like motorized artillery and those kinds of stuff. Maybe motorized recon, and the infantry might not be enough to pierce the armor of the enemy. And in most cases, if the infantry doesn't have any heavy artillery, heavy anti-tank artillery, things like that, uh, they're they are not going to be able to pierce the enemy, basically. And doing close air support or CAS will help the friendly team very much, because, like I said, bombing like strafe runs, and maybe you've seen those videos, A10 Warthogs, they strafe, the sound comes. Yeah, but what are some, I guess you could say, obstacles for airplanes? This could be terrain, like the terrain could be mountains. To land in a mountain, it's really hard. It's very hard, because it's like pointy, and the rock formations. Uh, Landing a plane there, or even building a like airfields for airplanes to land is hard. And there are planes, which is usually flat. I think it's the most effective way to use an airplane, besides sea, of course. It could be like terrain. From terrain perspective, it could be hills, hilly, like mountains. It could be a forest, which would kind of be a natural castle against sky, because there are so many trees, and the weather there is most likely rainy or something, and to attack from the sky, it's not going to be so easy compared to like plains or hills even. So, or if we want to talk about naval missions, and like above sea, it could be a storm. There are some strong storms going on around the sea. So that's like weather. Uh, Storms could be happening basically anywhere, right, in the earth. So it could be on terrain as well. So weather is a factor, terrain is a factor, and night is a factor. But these days, with modern technology, it's not very ineffective to use planes at night. As some might say, even it's better to use at night, because like it gives stealth or something, where radar could not reach. Night is pretty. Using a plane at night is pretty self-explanatory, I think, because the vision. But like I said, the modern technology these days, I think it allows pilots to use the planes. And for building bombing missions, you could bomb enemy factories, enemy like production centers, or their airports, so they can't get their planes up in the sky, or they can't land, and so you got advantage. Or you could bomb navy ships if you have air superiority and the enemy ships don't have good anti-air defense systems. You can do some pretty good damage. So let's see, port attacks like the Pearl Harbor attack. I think it was with ships, but maybe planes engaged in that as well. I'm not really sure. Port attacks, naval bombing, building bombing. Aside from that, logistical strikes, like you could bomb enemies' train tracks or roads, that could disrupt the supply line, which is vital for infantry supplies. If supply doesn't reach the battlefield, it becomes a very bad issue. An attrition issue. What else? Interception. You could intercept enemies' missions. That's pretty self-explanatory as well. Or air superiority. That's with air interception. You could, technically intercept a nuclear weapon, I think. Because think about it, if a nuclear ship is coming to your territory and you intercept it before it even reaches your territory, maybe you could detonate it or something, I don't know, or change its direction. But yeah, that's in case of a nuclear war. So let's see, logistical strike or recon, yeah. Which in the early stages of the planes, planes were mostly used for recon. I read that somewhere, I think. Reconning from the sky could give a lot of advantages if the radar doesn't reach, for example. Like for these reasons, I think airplanes are very important for battles. I'm trying to think of any other things. I said naval. Yeah, that's it. That comes to my mind right now. So thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want to, and bye.